No one's got anything.
Sarah, the
Hey,
Broncos in town. Obviously, a good few weeks for them. What are you expecting of them?
yeah, we've got some talented players. Katoni Staggs on one side and Ezra Mam on the other, and so many in between. So, yeah, we're going to have to be really on defensively again because we've just got so much strike all over the field and led by Adam Reynolds.
What do you learn from that first game against them? Obviously, the sides are looking pretty different this time out. You're at home this time, but what do you learn from such a big loss like that one?
There's a lot of learnings, but we definitely can't start the way we did, and we can't play as individuals. It's not too many times this year where we've gone out and played like individuals, but in the first half of that game, we certainly did. And yeah, I don't really want to see that again.
Have you seen growth from the boys in the weeks since that loss?
Oh, definitely, definitely. There's some really good lessons for us there, but there was also some really good parts of our identity where we just fought till the end and never gave up, and had a really good second half. So yeah, there's lessons every week, but yeah, particularly that week as well.
Do you lead into that this week with the playing group, or do you just target?
No, we've definitely gone and had a look at that game. We reviewed it pretty heavily at the time, but it's always good to go back and have a look at what went well and what didn't. Yeah, and the guys have been really good at remembering those lessons.
After last week, against what a lot of the players said on the benchmark in Penrith, is it good to then take on Brisbane or also on the comeback?
Yeah, look, it doesn't matter who we're playing or where we're playing at. Every game's hard in the NRL, and you've got to turn up and play your best every week to be able to get the 2 points. So, yeah, Brisbane, as I said, are a quality team, a lot of quality individual players as well. So, yeah, I'd just like to see us build on what we did last week. We learned lessons in round eight against Broncos, but we learned plenty of lessons last week as well. And I just want to see us put as many of those into action as we can.
Last week was, I think, already the best game of the year so far. Upon reflection, is there anything that you picked up on that you didn't catch live in the game that's impressed you, or an area maybe you thought, okay, that's you can build on that going forward?
I really liked the way we attacked for long periods. I really liked how we moved the ball around and asked a lot of questions, created opportunities. We just weren't good enough to capitalise on those opportunities, particularly in the first half. And then I think we got a little bit frustrated and probably tried a bit too much. But yeah, I really liked a lot of the way we attacked. But credit to Penrith, they scrambled really well and yeah, deserved the win.
Now, I know you get asked about this every week, probably with Lockie, and there's a lot of commentary externally. How do you sort of block? Yeah, how do you block that out? Like, you obviously got a plan. How do you, like, they're coming from respected forces, but how do you just park it to something? I appreciate it,
Yeah.
but I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, look, I don't see a whole lot of it. I'm told about it at different times, but internally we all understand what we're trying to do here. We're all on the same page. I've got a number of good people around me who I trust their opinions inside our four walls, and we'll continue to do that. It's probably the same voices who are doubting what we did now, doubted our recruitment strategy, doubted our forward pack, and doubted a lot of other things we did along the way. And at the end of the day, yeah, how we play towards the back end of the season, everyone will have an opinion on that too, but we're really comfortable with what we're doing now, how our team's evolving. And, you said it before, it was such a quality game last week. It was like a benchmark game for the season. I don't think there needs to be too much negativity around how we played last week.
Is the next 9 week block and build in that space, like so that you're under the go at the back end of the year?
Yeah, the whole season's a build. Like, it's, from round one to now, we have improved a lot in a lot of different areas, and we're continually going to chase that improvement in every part of our game and every position. So, yeah, we're really excited about how we've been playing, especially how we played last week, but we do want to improve in every area.
We spoke to Kicks yesterday, and I just said, how do you deal with obviously changing the halves and getting used to Lockie coming on? And he said half the time I try and get him he's on the other side of the field and stuff because he's so energetic, and
Yeah.
it's a great thing for the side. But also, like, how do you manage that? That's a message to Lockie who wants to bounce across the field. Like, do you want him to keep doing that or stay on one edge?
Well, when he does that, we're a more dangerous team. He turns up on more plays, he asks more questions, and that makes us dangerous. So we're encouraging that. If you look at the last sequence of plays at the end of the game, Lockie was in all three plays and gave us a chance to win the game on the last play. So we're not going to take that away from him. We just want our guys to better understand how to play with him. He's a bit like Kurt Mann. He's different to play with, and you've got to understand the dynamics of how those guys play. But when they get it right and you're all on the same page, it makes you a really dangerous team.
Something I noticed that the last play of the game, yes, Critter makes the mistake. His head's actually down, which I don't often see him. But his teammates are quick to rally around with him and be like, Russian mate. He would have been the guy at the start who probably brought that in and taught people to like that. How encouraging is it for you to see the rest of the group now sort of following in his footsteps?
Yeah, it's great. We're a very connected team, very connected club at the moment. And that's really important. There's a lot of outside noise about disruptions and things like that. But if you look at those key moments in the game last week, whether it's when we get an opportunity at the end, the way our team come together, and the way where we failed at the end, the way our team came together again, and that's what makes me really proud as a coach.
Broncos have lost a couple of players named Corey Jensen, Jesse Hunt. Any late changes for you guys?
No, not at the moment. We've still got a training session to go, but most guys got through last night and we're looking good. So once they check the physios today, we should be good to go.
Talk about that connection. How important is tomorrow for the club, the NRLW team coming in the double header? Probably another very large, but how important is this step, I guess, in the Bulldogs?
Yeah, it's massive. Like in our team, we talk about, the pioneers of our club 90 years ago that, laid the foundation for what this club is today. And the girls get to do that tomorrow with what they're doing. Win, lose or draw, they get to set a foundation for our NRLW program moving forward. And as I said, we look back at those guys from 90 years ago who were training in paddocks and with potholes everywhere and using the lights of their cars to start a club. And we're very, very respectful of that and totally understand that those guys laid the foundation for where we are right now, and we're very excited about the opportunity the girls get tomorrow.
So what have you seen from sort of this group and this sort of testing time without Origin players? It's probably the first time this club in a while has had to go through losing a number of significant guys.
Yeah.
Like from that Dolphins loss, I guess, a couple of months ago to now, what have you sort of seen from this group in terms of how they've adapted?
Nothing in particular, which is probably the beauty of it. The beauty of it is I haven't seen anything different to what we've been doing every other week. We've got the Origin guys, and we're pumped that we've got 4 guys involved in the Origin scenario. But we've also got some injuries where we're missing guys like Satili and Jamin Salmon and guys like that as well. So the great thing is I haven't seen anything different. I see guys coming in with the same energy, the same training intensity, and guys coming in and taking their opportunity. And there'll be more of that on offer tomorrow night.
You wish the 18th man in Origin curse didn't strike again?
I've had enough of talking about 18th man of Origin, but what I will say is Karaz deserves to be very close to that stage, and he's going to learn a lot from being 18th man on Wednesday night. And while you don't want to see anyone get injured, if Karaz did get an opportunity, he'll take with both hands.
What do you reckon the streets of Belmore would look like if Jacob Karaz got an Origin debut?
I'll be down there. I don't know. So it'd be awesome. Yeah. He's one of the favourite players of our club and does so much in our community. So, yeah, if he did play Origin, if it's not next Wednesday, it will be sometime in the future because he's working so hard and he's in a team of guys that are helping him get better every day. And when you're doing that, more guys will get on that stage.
An RHL nickname for a club debut.
Yeah.
Obviously had a bit of injury stuff towards the start of the year. What have you seen from his time at the club so far?
Oh, he's just been so impressive. We talk about hard work a lot and working hard for your teammates, and he just did that the whole pre-season. He was probably one of our most impressive guys all pre-season. Then a week before the trials, he unfortunately broke his foot and missed out on the first half of the season. But he's just so respected, even though he hasn't played a game in first grade for our group yet. He's just so respected within our group, the way he prepares, the way he plays, and just how no nonsense he is. So we're very excited he joined our club this year, and very excited to see him get his opportunity tomorrow.
Says a fair bit about depth, Cameron, when you can bring in a bloke who's played 100 first grade games and his debut for you.
Yeah, and as I said, he definitely would have played for us a lot earlier had he not been injured. But he's spent the last 4 weeks in New South Wales Cup, and he's got better every week. And he's a really versatile guy who can play wing, centre, fullback. So we're very lucky. Someone like Anari chose to join our club.
Quick to Jacob, it must be frustrating, if he doesn't play on Wednesday night, but you don't get him tomorrow night.
Yes and no. It was frustrating with Birdo because it happened so many times, and but with Jacob, it's his first time in and around that arena, so he will learn a lot from being the 18th man on Wednesday, and he'll come back to our team a better player.
Being top 4 and indeed top 2, uncharted waters for this playing group and for you as a head coach, but you've obviously experienced it at Penrith. What lessons do you take out of your time there and I guess this sort of next 8 to 10 weeks about managing a squad, knowing that you will be there in the finals?
Probably the lessons are not to look at the ladder. So I don't look at the ladder. We're not worried about where we're sitting right now. Might sound boring, but the main thing is that we get better every week. Again, as I said, we're missing Origin and a few injured players at the moment, but our guys that get an opportunity to play first grade get a massive opportunity to come in and show what they can do and keep their spot in the team. And once we do get those guys back, I don't care about ladder positions right now. The ladder doesn't mean anything till around 27. What I do care about is that we're trying to get better every week, learning our lessons and getting better.
Is there a trick though to managing players, managing loads in this sort of next block, knowing that you will be there in finals though?
Yeah, and we've got a really good performance team who I'll lean on for things like that, and we've got some very experienced coaches to make sure we're getting the work in that we need to get better every week, but also managing the guys that are playing big minutes and had an Origin campaign. So I think we've done really well through this part so far. We've rested our Origin players a lot when they've come back. So we'll continue to do that. We've got, as I said, very experienced people here who trust their opinions, and I'm comfortable we'll be able to have that sorted really easily.
How hard is it to, I guess, manage mental loads as well in terms of players not getting carried away, but also the fatigue of a long season?
Yeah, just tell them to stay off their phones and don't watch TV. If they do that, they'll be all right.